All right, so this says evaluate the limit. Here's our expression. And we want to find the limit as b approaches 0, but we can't plug in 0 right now because that'll give us 0 in the denominator. So we can kind of simplify this thing and do it in such a way that the b in the denominator won't be an issue anymore. So I'm going to start by trying to combine these top two terms into one term. So in order to combine these into one term, I have to get a common denominator. This has a 6 plus b squared on the bottom. This has a 36 on the bottom. So my common denominator, once I combine these two things, is going to be 36 times 6 plus b squared. So to get this to look like that, I need to multiply this by 36 over 36. To get this to look like that, I need to multiply this by 6 plus b squared over 6 plus b squared. So then the top becomes 36 times 1 is 36. And then this, I'm going to distribute this -1 to each, to this, the whole thing. So this is negative 6 plus b squared over b. Now, I don't want to do too much in one step. So now I'm going to take this thing and FOIL it. I don't need to FOIL this one. You'll see why in just a second, but I'm going to take this thing and FOIL it out. So the top becomes 36 minus the first term. 6 times 6 is going to give me 36. The outer terms will be b times 6. The inner terms will be b times 6. So this will be 12b, 6b plus 6b. The last terms will be b squared. The denominator is going to stay 36 over times 6 plus b squared all over b. It will clean up nicer, I promise. So I can simplify this uppermost part of my complex fraction. And I get 36 minus 36. So they're going to cross out. The negative gets distributed to the 12b. So I have negative 12b. The negative gets distributed to the b squared. So I have negative b squared over 36 times 6 plus b squared all over b. I have a b in both of these terms that I can factor out. So I take the b out of both terms. I'm left with negative 12 minus b all over 36 times 6 plus b squared over b. So you can think of this b on the bottom as like its own fraction. Like you can think of this as b over 1. So I'm taking one fraction here, this guy, and dividing by a second fraction, b over 1. So when I divide by a fraction, that's the same thing as multiplying by its reciprocal. So I can take this top fraction, which is going to be b times negative 12 minus b over 36 times 6 plus b squared times the reciprocal of this, 1 over b. This doesn't really change anything. It just makes the next step more obvious. So now that I'm here, I can see I have a b on the numerator. It's all multiplication. B on the numerator, b on the denominator. I can cross this out. So I'm left with negative 12 minus b on top over 36 times 6 plus b squared. Now I can evaluate the limit as b approaches 0. I can substitute in 0 for b. So I get negative 12 minus 0 over 36 times 6 plus 0 squared, or 36 times 6 squared, 36 times 36. So I'll just do 36 times 36, and I'll do negative 12 divided by that. And I get negative 0.009259.